with my doubts under my skin. Every dream felt out of focus, like it didn't want to begin. I was holding on to shadow, afraid of what I'd see, but a whisper in the silence started pulling me. I don't need a perfect moment, I don't need to know the way. If I listen to this feeling, I can stay. My heart is learning to fly, even with the weight inside. Every breath reminds my soul I'm alive. My heart is learning to fly through the fear, through the night, from the ground into the blue. I rise. I was scared of all the changes, of the truth I couldn't say. But the cracks became a doorway, and the fear began to fade. Every scar became a lesson, every fall a step ahead. I don't need to run from tomorrow, I'm here instead. If the night feels wide and long, I'll remember I am strong. My heart is learning to fly, I can see it in my eyes. Every step is pulling me to the light. My heart is learning to fly, I don't need to ask why. From the past into the now, I was moving through the silence, trying not to feel too deep. Every dream felt far from reaching, every promise hard to keep. I was holding all the questions, like they knew me by my name. But the quiet started shifting, and I felt a change. I don't need to know tomorrow, I don't need to see the end. If I trust this fragile moment, I can stand. I found my way inside, through the fear, through the night. Every breath reminds my heart I'm alive. I found my way inside, let the past fall behind. In this moment I decide I'm I was scared to trust the feeling that was growing in my chest. Every scar became a reason I survived the rest. I don't need to run from shadows, I don't need to be so strong. I just need to keep on breathing and move on. If the ground begins to sway, I'll stay anyway. I found my way inside, I don't have to hide. Every step feels closer now to my life. I found my way inside with my heart open wide. From the dark into the blue, I rise. I was standing in the quiet with my fears too close to hear. Every dream felt out of reach, every future unclear. I kept waiting for a signal, for a reason to begin. But my heart was softly telling me it was already in. I don't need the perfect answer, I don't need to see the end. If I trust this gentle feeling I can bear, I'm breathing into tomorrow, letting go of yesterday. Every step feels lighter now, I'm finding my way. I'm breathing into tomorrow, with my doubts behind. In this moment, in this heartbeat, I align my I was scared of all the changes, of the truth I had to face. But the cracks became a window, let the light replace. Every scar became a lesson, every fall a step ahead. I don't need to rush the future, I'm here instead. If the night feels deep and wide, I'll trust the fire inside. I'm breathing into tomorrow, feeling stronger every day. Every breath reminds my heart I'm okay. I'm breathing into tomorrow, with my fears released. From the past to the present, I'm free. I was walking through the quiet with a weight I couldn't name. Every dream felt flawed and fragile, every hope afraid of change. I kept my heart behind the silence, try to make the feeling small. But something in the distance said I don't have to fall. I don't need a perfect moment, I don't need to know the way. If I listen to my heartbeat, I was scared of all the changes, of the truth inside my chest. But the cracks became a doorway, let the future in instead. Every scar became a signal, every tear a step ahead. I don't need to run from feeling, I'm not afraid. If the night feels deep and wide, I'll trust what's alive inside. There's a light in my lungs every time I choose to believe in this moment and move. There's a light in my lungs, I can feel it rise from the past into the present. I'm alive. I was holding on to moments that were slipping through my hands. Every thought was getting louder, every doubt had plans. I kept telling myself quietly, just don't feel too deep. But the heart has its own language and it doesn't sleep. I don't need the perfect timing, I don't need to know the way. If I listen to this feeling, I'm a little more than yesterday. I can feel the change, every step is pulling me out of the grave. I was tracing all the doubt, like they knew me by my name. Every step felt underwater, every dream a fragile flame. I held my breath in quiet rooms, afraid of what I'd feel. But something in the silence told me this is real. I don't need a perfect road, I don't need to see it all. If I listen to my heartbeat, I won't fall. I'm softly becoming brave, letting go of the weight. From the fear into the light, I find my way. I'm softly becoming brave, every tear starts to fade. In this moment I can stay and choose today. I was hiding all my colors in the corners of my mind, but the cracks became a window and the sky came back inside. Every scar tells me I live, every fall taught me to stand. I don't need to rush the answer, I understand. If the night feels long and wide, I'll trust the fire inside. I'm softly becoming brave. I don't run from the pain, from the past into the now. I remain. I'm softly becoming brave. Every breath is a change. In this truth I finally stay and choose today. I was caught inside the moment where the answers disappeared. Every dream felt like a whisper. I was scared to let it near. I kept walking with the questions, trying not to fall apart. Every step was getting heavier on my heart. I don't know what awaits tomorrow. I don't know what I'll become, but I feel the quiet strength when I listen to my lungs. Between the fear and faith I stand, learning how to trust my hands. Every doubt begins to fade when I choose to Between the fear and faith I rise, see the courage in my eyes. Every breath reminds my soul I'm alive. Between the fear and faith I stand. I don't need to understand. From the past into the now, I know I was standing in the silence when my thoughts too loud to sleep. Every dream felt like a question, every promise hard to keep. I've been carrying the weight of the words I couldn't say, but the night is slowly breaking, and I feel unchanged. I don't need to know the ending. I don't need a perfect sign. If I listen to this feeling, I'll be fine. What remains is hope inside. Even after all this time, every scar reminds my heart I survived. What remains is hope inside, like a fire learning how to rise from the ashes of that grave. I was scared to trust the moment, scared to let my walls fall down. But the cracks became an opening, and I'm standing on new ground. Every tear became a reason, every fall a step ahead. I don't run from who I've been, I let go instead. If the dark returns tonight, I remember I survived. What remains is hope inside. I can feel it come alive. Every breath reminds my soul I'm alive. What remains is hope inside. No more waiting, no more why. From the quiet to the open sky. I was standing in the quiet with a heart that learned to bend. I was scared of all the changes, all the truth I couldn't say. But the cracks became a pathway, and the fear began to fade. Every tear became a lesson, every fall a step ahead. I don't need to run from tomorrow, I'm not afraid. If the ground shakes under me, I'll trust what I can see. I carry the dawn inside, feel it breaking through my mind. Every breath reminds my heart I'm alive. I carry the dawn inside, no more waiting for a sign. From the dark into the open sky. I was counting all the quiet, trying not to feel too much. Every dream was getting heavier, every hope afraid to touch. I built walls out of my questions, learned to smile through the doubt. But something in the silence was trying to get out. I don't know where this leads, but my heart is speaking clear. If I trust this fragile moment, I won't disappear. There's an open in my chest when I let go of the rest. All the weight begins to fade, I don't need to be afraid. There's an open in my chest, every breath feels like a yes. From the dark into the truth, I'm moving through. I was scared to trust the feeling that was growing deep inside. Every scar became a signal that I'm stronger than I hide. I don't need a perfect answer, I don't need a perfect view. I just need to keep on breathing and be true. If the ground begins to move, I'll stay close to what is true. of a life I couldn't feel. Every step felt incomplete. Nothing broken, nothing real. I kept moving through the quiet with my guard against my chest. Every hope I tried to bury still refused to rest. If I listen to the silence, I can hear my name. There's a spark beneath the weight, asking me to change. When I learn to rise through our fear inside, I feel the ground beneath my feet start to stabilize. When I learn to rise, I don't need to hide. Every breath reminds my heart I'm alive. I was scared of all the changes, of the truth I couldn't say. But the cracks began to open, let the light find its way. Every tear became a signal, every fall a step ahead. I'm not waiting for permission to believe in me. If tomorrow shakes my ground, I won't let it pull me down. When I learn to rise, I feel stronger every time. From the shadows to the open sky, I align. When I learn to rise, release the old goodbyes. I don't need to be unbroken to survive. I was lost inside the noise. Every fear had its own voice. Carried weight I couldn't see. Held my breath, forgot to be. Every night felt far too long. Trying hard to stay strong. Then I felt the calm arrive. Like my heart learned how to dive. I don't need to know the end. I just need this moment's hand. If I fall, I'll fall in trust, learning how to rise from dust. This is a place I can breathe, where the world feels lighter to me. All the cracks start to align. I'm finding peace in time. This is a place I can breathe, where my heart learns how to speak. From the dark into belief, I finally breathe. just like I lean into time. After the silence, after the silence,